this is exercise 6-1, modifying a floor perimeter. So we're going to modify a floor and then we're going to determine the floor's perimeter. First thing we want to do is we want to activate the main floor admin wing floor plan, which is activated right here. We're going to window around the area indicated in the book. So if you take your mouse and just pull it from left to right, it will select everything. And then down here we want to select the filter tool. So right now you can see we have 216 objects selected. So we're going to select filter. And we want to select check none, which will uncheck everything in this box. And we only want to look at the floors. So we're going to check floors, and then we're going to say OK. So now only the floor is highlighted, and you can see in the properties box it's showing you what type of floor you have. So in the properties pane, we want to note the floor perimeter. So the floor perimeter is 254 feet 8 inches. That's what yours should be too. We're going to select Edit Boundary under the Mode panel. So up here, Mode, Edit Boundary. And you'll see this pink line show up, and that pink line represents the boundary of the floor. Notice how it runs through the stairs because the floor creates a landing right here in this part, but the floor would not continue through the stairs because the stairs are essentially the floor. We're going to select the Pick Walls tool. So that's this one. This one, Pick Walls. And we are going to uncheck Extend into Wall Core. So if we have this selected, it's going to actually extend into the core boundary of the walls. And the core boundary, if you remember back a couple chapters, is that gray, when we hit Edit Type, it's the gray bar that's around the structure. So I'll just show you real quick. So this is the core boundary here. So when you say extended to core boundary, it's extending it to wherever the core boundary is listed in the layers of that object. Okay. So anyway, we've selected the Pick Walls tool, and we're going to uncheck Extend into Wall Core. And we want to select the 3 walls indicated. So these walls down here. This is a curtain wall system, and then we need to trim out this piece right here. So we're going to select the trim tool. It says to use the corner trim actually, so we're going to select that corner trim tool, and now we have a closed boundary. If you left that there, you would have gotten an error message because you have to have a closed boundary, so all the lines have to be connected. Alright, now we just want to make sure that there's no little pieces hanging out, and once that looks good, we're going to hit the green check mark. And then you get a message, and it said, would you like the walls that go up to this floor's level to attach to its bottom? And we're going to say no. So what does that mean? It's talking about the walls here. It wants to know if it wants to attach them to the bottom of that floor. So we're going to say no in this case. And if you didn't know whether it was yes or no, you could have said yes and looked at it in 3D. You would have seen that some stuff looks a little funny, and then you could have just gone back, hit undo, and then repeated that command. Okay, so it's kind of just like a little playing around that you have to do sometimes to figure it out. So now we're going to look, oops, I guess I still needed that floor selected, so let's get that floor back. We'll do it the way that we learned over here. Alright, now with that floor still selected, we are going to look at the perimeter. It says I have 2 floors selected now. Let me just do it another way. So if you lose your floor, another way you can do it is you can come over to the wall, let go of your mouse, but hit the tab key, and when you see it, it will highlight the floor like that, then you click on your mouse. Okay, so there we go. Now I have my floor selected, and my perimeter is 270 feet 8 inches. So that added this piece in here, which extended the perimeter. And that's the end of that exercise. There is just a little note where it says, in the certification exam, you may be asked to modify a floor sketch and then enter the resulting area, perimeter, or volume. So you want to practice this exercise until your numbers match what's shown in the textbook.